Hello guys, Lillgryn back again with a new video, and today we're actually going to compare drag editing versus crosshair editing to see which one actually is the best. So if we go here and start with drag editing to look at some background and its pros and cons. So the background is that it was released when the game was released and have been in the game ever since that. A fairly inefficient method in my opinion. So yeah, one good example to why it isn't that good is that you tend to edit a lot more on one side specific. For example, if you edit with your right hand, you tend to, for example, wall edits, you do them always on the right side. Maybe you can do them on the left side, but then you have to put your hand either in a very uncomfortable position or turn your screen in a pretty far distant way, which in my opinion, it takes time. It takes away the efficiency of the edits. Another thing is of course the movement. The movement is a lot bigger for when, especially if you play on an iPad like I do. On the iPhone the movement isn't really that big, but the movement when you just do the general edit. If you then compare that with, for example, the movement you do when you do the same edit using crosshair, you can see that it's only a little thumb movement, just as when you aim. You take your sensitivity to your advantage when you edit using crosshair editing. The only good thing with drag editing, in my opinion, is if you play under 3-finger claws. Because crosshair editing, I know it requires an extra edit button, and you edit using your, what should you say, your aim, pretty much. That's how you do the edit movement. It requires you to play a, highly advanced claw, like I do. I know recently even Flashing switched to crosshair editing because he probably realized that he edited way too slow to keep up using drag edit, which I personally think is a smart move on his side. However, I still think there's some people who's going to say,
but AdamX Legend is the fastest editor. He edits so much faster than you using drag edits, you noob.
In fact, that could actually be true, but I'm not really the fastest editor by any means, but I still know which one's better. If you then compare with, for example, PC and console players who use drag edits, you can see that it's a lot more cleaner, you mess up less. I know with drag editing it's also harder to mess up. So yeah, to have a crosshair in the middle of the screen is a more effective way to learn the muscle memory of it. You know where to put it to edit. For if you compare that with the drag movements, sometimes the star can be on the right hand side of the screen, then it can be on the down left side. It all depends, but with crosshair you just put your crosshair where you want to edit. Yeah, there's actually not a lot more to say than that. I feel like, yeah, sure, you can do some edit courses, maybe as fast using drag edits. I won't say anything about that, but in general in combat to always take your hand off your claw pretty much to do the drag edit is inefficient. Just use crosshair editing. You will have your fingers on the screen just normally. You can easily switch from edits to switching weapons. Of course you can do that fast with drag editing too, but not nearly as efficient as you can with crosshair editing. This is just my opinion, but I still want to call this opinion because it's just so obvious. Like all pro players have switched to crosshair editing and PC players use them, and that's why they edit so much faster than what we do. They use their acceleration to edit, have it in the middle of the screen all the time. That's pretty much it. So yeah, with that being said, I think maybe I will put some more gameplay. But however guys, if you enjoyed this little commentary, I don't want to go too in depth of the two edits methods. But yeah, if you enjoy it, please like the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, have a great rest of your day, guys. Alltså på riktigt, tänk alla YouTube-unga som ser den där klippsen när jag breakar det, så de kommer bara, åh Lillgryn är så bra, den där var vilken noob. Vad sa du? Vänta, vad sa han? Ey, vad sa han? Svara mig.